Only 3% of all high school players are able to make it to any level of college basketball.
That's where we get back in the game. We're not even close. We gotta get stops on defense.
If you're trying to make it to Division I, which is the highest level, it's even lower than that. It's around 1%. So how do you stand out? How do you make yourself be 1 out of 100 players?
Getting a scholarship at the collegiate level, at any level, is honestly a blessing. It's become really increasingly difficult for younger players, especially guys that are going to be first-year guys. So
most of probably 75% of America is paying for their education at a high dollar. And so when you kind of get that free education and you get that free housing, it almost feels like you feel special as a person. You know the work you put in was worth it.
But at the same time, that's not enough. You got to make sure you stand out not only physically, but you've got to stand out mentally, academically, you've got to be qualified, and then you also have to make sure that you have the size, athleticism, and speed and strength that Division I coaches are looking for. If you don't, how do you fix that? That's where you need to go to Florida Coastal Prep, join our post-grad program, expose yourself to Division I players that we play in the junior colleges that we play. They have former Division I players. How do you become one? You need to get out on the court with them and see what makes those players different. And that's going to help you try to your best to succeed with your goal of being in the top 1% with other Division I players. My name is Lee DeForest. I'm the director here at Florida Coastal Prep. I've been coaching basketball for 25 years. This is my 5th year here with this program. We started this post-grad program to try to help those kids continue their development, play a nationally competitive schedule. Last year we played 13 Division I junior colleges. You have top 5 teams every year, so we built a reputation with that, playing a national schedule, playing very difficult teams. For our post-grad program, we have 3 teams. We have the black team, the red team, and the gold team. And again, these are based on evaluations that we've done the first week. So we want to make sure each team plays a nationally competitive schedule. They all 3 play in different recruiting events. They all 3 play national competition. They all 3 play college programs. Our post-grad program is blessed to have 2 other professional coaches, Jared Dugan, who comes to us from Impact Academy, and Dimitri Utolin, who's been here with us a number of years, but he comes to us from Cumberland University, where he was an assistant college coach and head JV coach.
Yeah, so I'm a head coach of one of the post-grad teams, so that's my main role, but I also help other teams being kind of like an assistant and just helping guys with a little bit of weights, a little bit of skills training, and then a lot of off-the-court stuff just to make their life here a little more comfortable. The first training sessions of the year, we always do kind of like evaluations. We try to see what the guys can do on the court, because this is basically the first time we see most of the guys in person. So we try to see what they can do on the court, and we start thinking about how we're gonna make our teams, what will be the best fit for each guy on each team, keeping in mind positions, fits, their possible roles on the teams, their possible minutes on a team. So that's kind of what we do the first week and a half, trying to figure out that and trying to see the level of each player.
Good touch, good touch. Next one. Same moves at the chair. Same moves at the chair. Now after the wrap, it's a punch, shot. Pull up jumpers now. Same thing 2 times each side. Any questions? All right, 3, 2, 1, go. And if you're not in the drill, you are
I think Jared and Dimitri are tremendous assets and a good mix with my personality. We all bring 3 different things to the program in terms of our professionalism, our background in training, and where we played professionally. I think it's going to be a tremendous group to work with our players and help them get to the next level.
Okay, facing this way, facing that way. Half you guys on this cone, the other half on the red cone.
keep your hands up the whole time. If any of you guys put your hands down, the clock restarts. So hold each other accountable. Make sure you guys are talking. All right, so we're sprinting to the cone in front of you. Sprint, sprint, sprint. Chop down, then low and slow. And we're sliding back, low and slow, to this one. Once the guy gets to that first cone, next guy goes. All right, any questions? All right, if you guys put your hands down, the timer restarts. So hold each other accountable, make sure you guys are being loud, have energy the whole time. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Low and slow, low and slow, low and slow.
First week is also very important for the guys to get in shape because a lot of guys come in different shape. So we make sure we get them on the beach for conditioning, get them a little bit of weight training just so they can get in shape. It's a long season, so we want them to be in good conditions. Also, we want to do some injury prevention so we don't have a lot of injuries. This is the last thing you want to do on a post-grad level, get injured, roll your ankle or have something bad with your knee and sit out months or two. The season is not very long, so you need to try to maximize every day you have in here.
2, 1. If you are still in the drill, just finish your drill. If you are not, you are clapping and cheering them on. Look, being a college level athlete, being a professional level athlete is not easy. You got to do some stuff like this to get to that level. So appreciate the effort today. Everyone did a pretty good job. We didn't have to restart, so good job. Way to hold each other accountable. Break us down, Rick.
FCP on 3, family on 6. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. Touch up.
Happy to the what?
Yeah, so getting a scholarship at the collegiate level, at any level, is honestly a blessing. It's become really increasingly difficult for younger players, especially guys that are going to be first-year guys. So being in post-grad, it gives them an opportunity to kind of play almost a D1 JUCO schedule. We'll have that type of opportunity for these guys, so it'll be a great fit for them. Just kind of moving forward, it'll be great for their development and exposure.
Yep. I'm Bud Davis, Noel. Bud Davis, I'm from Oakland, California. Grew up in Seattle, Washington. My freshman year, I didn't play much. I got a couple minutes in. Sophomore and junior, I started, and I had a good season. My senior year, I ended up messing my knee up, and I didn't get to play my senior year. So most of my senior year was coaching my other players through certain situations and getting them in the gym early and kind of acting like an assistant coach. It was painful, definitely. Missing my senior year and not be able to show my talents off and show the work that I put in off. And it all builds up, but I always think it was all for a reason. Like, God put me in this position for a reason, and it was all to build me and make me a better character than I am now. That's all.
So it's not a regret for you?
Never a regret. I don't think anything in life is a regret. I think everything happens for a reason. As long as God puts you in the position that you're in, it's all for a reason. It's all for you to build and learn from what you're going through. There's always going to be bumps in the road, but you got to drive over them or you get stuck. There's only 2 ways out of it. I had a couple, like junior colleges I can go play at, but I always thought bigger of myself. I thought I could do more. So I came to Florida Coastal to kind of put myself in a position where I can get recruited at a higher level. And just so I could work and push my skills and become the player I know I could be. That's the main reason I came to Florida Coastal. If you look at the D1 maps of the whole United States, most of the D1 schools is on where I'm at, like around this area. And so I just wanted to put myself in the best position possible to where I can get recruited at a high level and know I can make it to the next level. Back home in the Northwest, there's not many D1 colleges to really go to. So it's kind of limiting yourself to resources and where you're gonna go. So that's why I came to Florida, because I wanted to open up my recruitment process and get recruited from all different places with a lot of colleges around. So when I first arrived, I had a couple of doubts just because I'm so far away from home. I don't really have no family out here. It's really just myself. And I kind of be my own like self-support system, if that makes sense. So I had a couple of doubts, but I made friends quick. I made a lot of like close bros, and it's just grind. Like that's it. We're on the beach early mornings. We're in the gym 3 times a day most of the time. And it's just all hoop, and that's what I love about being out here. Is just I can focus on my grind. I can focus on whatever I need to focus on, and not worry about the ulterior factors, like everything that's outside of what I should be focused on. So the way we train, the way we work out our practices is at a high level. It's at a college level, and I love our coaches. They hold us to a high standard, and they keep us pushing. They keep us going. So it's a blessing. I love it out here. It's a blessing for sure. So post-grad, we have 3 teams. We have the red, the gold, and the black. There is 3 different teams, but I almost feel like there's only one big team because we all come home and we eat together. We all come home and we got to sleep in a bedroom regardless if you're on a different team or not. Like, we got bunk beds. We're going to sleep in the same, like we're going to sleep in the same room together, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, at the end of the day, it's 3 different teams, but it's one big team. It's one big family. So what I think about my team, I think we have a lot of potential. We have a couple foreign dudes that played at the high level, and I think we have a lot of potential. We have a lot of talent on the team. Kind of just hang out a little more and become more fond of each other in a way that we can play ball together and understand the spots we want to be in, how we shoot the ball, if we roll or if we pop. Like just little things, just knowing each other how we play is a key to winning games, is chemistry, team chemistry. And then on my role for the team, it's just I'm a point guard. Like I gotta lead the team. It's a big role, but at the end of the day, that's what a point guard does. You're a leader and you're a basketball player. You gotta lead the team. You gotta keep the best attitude. You gotta, like, everything's on you. You're a role model, and if you do something wrong, everyone else gonna do something wrong. So we've been working a lot this week, and it's game time. We're ready. Me and Coach Dimitri and the red team, we ready to get to it. So we're at the beginning of the game. I'm sitting corner. My teammate hits it in and out, kicks it out to the corner. Boom, knock it down. First play, like probably one of the first or second play of the game. Next play we come down, we're moving the ball. I come down the middle and I hit a pull-up. And right after I hit that pull-up, I knew it was hot. Like my jumper's gonna be falling, I know it. Ever since then, I was just letting it fly and doing everything, just doing my mechanics, doing what I know best. The opposite team calls a timeout because of the shots I made and the run we were going on. So they call a timeout, and I feel like it was really like a momentum bust for us. That timeout kind of knew it. We knew that they were scared in some sense, for sure.
Hey, share the ball, keep your composure. Hey, in defense, guys, be in help. Now, when the guy drives, and it usually Niles and here coming in help, we're gonna get to this big. This big is right there. We're gonna help the helper. Yeah.
The whole game was real physical. It was real physical, it was aggressive, and the other team was putting in a lot of effort, and not good effort, like grabbing us, pushing us. They were testing us and seeing how we would react to it, and we kind of failed on that aspect of the basketball game because we'll get to the backboard, and instead of finishing through the contact or kicking the ball out, we would cry about the foul. And then once we got the foul, we'll get to the free throw line and we'll miss free throws.
Hey, in defense, it's just gonna be a little more physical. They just getting us inside. They're not bigger, they're not stronger. They just being there more aggressive.
Hey, run your transition lane. You got a wide open layup. That's what I was looking for.
You would have been wide open.
And then in there, try to limit bad shots, bad decisions. Try to get a better shot.
Let's go. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3.
I was more focused on defense than I was offense. My teammates, like I said, put me in the best position possible to shoot the ball and get in good spots. But on defense, I knew whatever, I had to lock my man up no matter what. Like, that was my main concern, was to lock my man up and make sure he couldn't do nothing. Like, he couldn't score, he couldn't get the offense going, nothing. And a lot of the times we would get a steal, make a shot, or get a steal and make a layup, and at the end of the day, they would do the same thing back. So it was just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. 5 minutes into like the second half, I had got a steal and I'm going down the court and I go for a layup. And I hit my hip pretty hard on the ground, and at that moment I'm thinking like, there's only two options. I sit down and I say I'm done, or I keep playing and I fight through it. And at that moment I really didn't know what to do. A lot was going through my head. More was thinking about, this is a jamboree, you have a lot to go ahead of you, you have a lot more games and you don't want to risk nothing. And on top of that, another thing was telling me, play basketball. You haven't played basketball in so long, just play ball and see what happens. You're not that hurt. So I ended up knocking down the free throw and sucking it up. But I told coach to give me a sub and I just rested the rest of the game.
A legend come through a practice today, Kenny Anderson. He an NBA legend, high school legend, college legend.
Be good people, and everything will work out for you. I'm telling you.
So this weekend's gonna be huge for us. There are usually about 300 college coaches at the All-American JUCO Showcase.
They're like IMG, DME Academy, like West Oaks, real like known schools like that. There was a lot of those there. I was like, Coach, trust me, Coach, I'm gonna knock it down, trust me.